Hello, everyone. My guest today is Jay Hakami. He is the founder and president and CEO of a company called Sky IT Group, an 18-year-old SaaS solutions provider headquartered in New York City. Again, really helping with retail sell-through data, collection, distribution, and insights. Jay, are you ready to take us to the top?
You bet.
All right. So what does retail kind of data and insights mean? What are you selling?
Basically, we're a SaaS platform that provides analytics, data collection analytics to the supplier brand industry, as well as to the retailers. So, for example, we work with brands to give them information on how their products are selling or not at the department stores that they're selling into.
Okay. So let's use an example. Let's use what's a brand? Abercrombie and Fitch. They have a little booth inside of the local mall. Are you selling directly to Abercrombie and Fitch or the mall?
Abercrombie and Fitch is a retailer. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay. We're dealing more with the brand. So let me give you an example. Let's assume Theory, or better yet, let's use Giorgio Armani.
Perfect.
Giorgio Armani sells into many department stores like Neiman Marcus and Saks and Bergdorf, Goodman, and Nordstrom, and so on. They need to have visibility as to how their products are selling or not in those stores. What we do is we collect that data for them, we cleanse it, and then populate it into a user interface that enables them to see what's selling, what's not selling, by a combination of product attributes, geographic location, the different stores, as well as time dimension.
So Armani is your customer?
We currently have about 70% of the luxury market as clients right now. So all the LVMH, Kering, Kors, Tory Burch, you name it, they're using our platform.
That's great. Okay, very good. No, I didn't actually literally mean, are they your customer, but is that the type of customer you're selling to? It sounds like
that's
yes.
the type of customer we sell to. Now, this is SkyPatch for wholesale. We also have SkyPatch for retail. That what that does, basically, it allows the retailers, such as Saks and Neiman Marcus, to have a platform to distribute their sell-through data into those suppliers. So basically, we attack it from both sides, from the retailer as well as from the brand.
Last 12 months revenue, what % was from retailers versus the brand paying? Sorry.
Well, it's interesting that the platform is a vendor-funded program. The retailer does not pay anything. It's the suppliers who are paying for that data. So it's 100% a vendor-funded program.
Okay, it's 100% the luxury brands, the Versaces of the world paying you, not the department stores.
That's correct.
Oh, I see. Okay. And I'm sure you have a bunch of different customer cohorts, but on average, what would a brand like Versace pay you per year for this?
Well, it depends. If they're looking to only get data from, let's say, Neiman Marcus, they would pay just a few $100s a month to get this information on a portal with the slicing and dicing capability. But a company like Versace would like to see not only Neiman's, they'd like to see how they're doing in Saks, in Nordstrom, in Bergdorf, and any other 170 retailers that we do worldwide. So when we do that, we integrate that together with their style information, with their ERP system, so to give them a complete visibility to their product, the orders, the shipments, as well as obviously their sales.
Yeah. So just back to my question, on average, like the customer that is like your highest use case, what do they pay per year typically?
Anywhere from about $5,000 to $6,000 a month.
Okay.
We have customers paying $100 for a very small. It's a value-based proposition. So we have customers paying $100, and we have those paying $40,000, $60,000 a month as well.
But 5 is a good average.
That's a good average.
When did you launch?
We launched this program about 10 years ago.
Okay, so
the company's been around for 18 years, but we launched SkyPatch about 10 years ago.
Okay, 2008. And have you bootstrapped or raised capital?
No, we did it. We started with a credit card and paid off the debts, and no VC money. It's all operationally profitable.
That's great.
And growing at a rate of 45 to 52% year over year in the last 3 years.
Oh, congratulations. How many customers have you scaled to?
Well, we currently have about 500 brands using our platform. And this is like I said, who in fashion, in the fashion industry and luxury, as well as beauty, by the way. And so it's 500 brands, about close to 2,000 users. We're collecting from 4 different continents around the world, from about 180 retailers.
That's great. So 500 luxury brands paying that average you just gave me of $5,000 a month would put you at about $2.5 million a month right now in revenue. Is that accurate?
That's accurate.
That's great. Take me back a year. So you said you're growing 50% year over year. So what you were doing about, call it 1.6 million a year ago per month?
No, actually, we have grown more because in the last 2 years we've been able to attract some of the retailers like Saks and Neiman's and others to be able to give us the sell through data to their customers. So basically, right now we're onboarding to the tune of 30 to 50 brands per week onto our platform, because
that's free.
This is the only way.
Free and paid, or just paid?
This is 90% paid. 90% paid. There are some programs that we do which is non-paid, which is a very small subset of customers that need very little information about how their products are selling in those stores.
Yeah. So just to be clear, about a year ago today, how much were you doing per month?
So last year, a year ago,
so October or November?
I'm sorry?
October, November 2017.
November of last year, we were doing about 250 per month.
250K?
250K.
Oh, wow. So you've like 10x year over year.
Yeah. Correct.
That's incredible growth.
Our ARR right now is about $7.5 to $8 million.
Oh, okay. Well, then you're not doing 2.5 million a month right now.
No.
That's what I asked earlier. You said yes. That was accurate.
I misheard you. I guess something with the connection here.
No. It's no problem. I just misheard you. Okay. So sorry. 8 million in run rate right now would put you at about 650 grand a month in revenue. Is that right?
Correct. Yeah.
Got it. Up from 250K about a year ago.
Yeah.
And what that would mean is if you've got 500 brands making up that 8 million run rate, each brand's paying about $1,400 per month on average.
And an average, correct. But the spectrum is so wide. Like, as I said, there's between $100 to $50,000 a month. So
totally get that.
Spectrum.
Totally get that. I just want to make sure it's $1,300, not $5,000 a month. But you definitely have people paying a lot more and some paying a lot less.
Exactly.
Yeah. Talk to me about churn. It's critical in any SaaS company. What's your churn?
Wow, we're churning. I mean, we have no attrition. I mean, this is a very sticky business. The minute a customer or brand comes on board, there's no reason for them to leave unless they go out of business. So in the last, I would say 8 years, 1 or 2 customers due to going out of business.
Okay.
But once they start using it, it's like a drug.
What about revenue churn? Any upgrades and downgrades?
Yes, many of the customers are starting with 1 or 2 or 3 retailers, and then they expand to the spectrum that they do. Some brands elect to use us also for their own company-owned stores as well as their .com, which expands the scope. So we're seeing a lot of. We have actually a dedicated team to our clients, just providing them with additional value and additional enhancement to increase the monthly subscription.
So do you know what your net revenue retention is annually? It's obviously above 100%, but how far above 100?
It's well over 100%. I mean, we really have not lost any customers.
Yeah, I know you haven't lost any, but I'm asking about expansion, right? So if you're growing an account from $100 a year to $110 a year, that'd be about 110% net revenue retention.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. Yeah, I guess I would say we were about 40% expansion year over year on an average customer.
Okay, that's pretty good. So 130, 140% kind of net revenue retention if you're not churning anybody. That's great.
That's correct.
Very good. Talk to me about your team. How many folks on the team?
Small group, actually. We invested a lot in automation, so we've been able to scale down on the human factor. We have about 10 folks, dedicated folks out in Eastern Europe. We have another 35 right here in New York City, in Manhattan.
So New York City and Europe, 45 people total?
Correct.
And talk to me about CAC. So in order to sign up a new kind of paid account, what are you spending to acquire that customer?
Well, as I said, it's very little right now because since we've signed up some of the retailers and as a brand, if you want to get your data, you have to come to us. Our cost of sales is basically it's getting them on the web, signing up. Once they sign up, they fill out the information, the credit card information. Within 48 hours, they're up and running.
I assume though that someone's not just going to sign up for a 10 grand a month plan without talking to your sales team or your sales rep traveling to them. I mean, you have costs.
That's correct. When we're talking about what's called SkyPad Multi, when you have multiple, when they want to get into multiple retail data collection, it's a different combination. Our sales costs are fairly minimum they're about, I would say about 10 to 15% of acquisition. I'll tell you why.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean by that? So if you're saying 10 to 15% of first year ACV?
That's correct.
Okay, that would mean you're getting paid back. Whatever you spend, you're getting paid back in, call it a month or 2 months.
Absolutely right. I'll tell you why. Because typically, when we do a presentation or a demo, 80% done deal. Based on the clients we have, based on the reputation we have, based on the fact that we're the only game in town right now in the luxury space to do this, to collect and present this information.
And what will someone like Versace, they'll get your data this month and they'll make a change next month. What kind of change might they make that they could only make because of your data?
Well, if they're not going to make changes. All they want to see is how their products are selling at the department store. They want to see what colors are trending. They want to see what sizes are trending. They want to know that they want to be able to be very smart when they have a conversation with a buyer at Saks Fifth Avenue or at Bergdorf Goodman. This is the information they want to see. Now, as far as changes, they always want to see the information in different ways, in different formats. They want to see additional reports. They want to see reorder. Can we place a reorder with the retailer? They want to see sizings. They're looking at different things, but from something that started as a hobby, to be quite honest, it became something of a holy grail within the wholesale industry.
Yeah, no, that makes good sense. Let's wrap up here with the famous 5. Number 1, what's your favorite business book?
Favorite business book would be Dancing with the Elephants.
Number 2, is there a CEO that you're following or studying?
Is there a CEO
that you're following or studying, Jay?
Allison is the one I would
Larry Ellison, Oracle?
Larry Ellison, yes.
Number 3, how many hours of sleep do you get? Or sorry, what's your favorite online tool for building your business?
LinkedIn actually has been used as a vehicle for us to attract great talent as well as to attract great customers.
Number 4, how many hours of sleep do you get every night?
I get about between 5 to 6 hours a night.
Okay, that's good. And what's your situation? Married, single, kids?
Married with kids.
How many?
4.
Not wives, kids. No, just kidding.
4.
4 kids.
No, 4 kids, 1 wife.
And how old are you, Jay?
I'm 60.
60. Last question. What do you wish your 20-year-old self knew?
Whatever I know right now, that's for sure. I wish I would be more aggressive in the things I did, 40 years ago than I did today.
Guys, be more aggressive earlier on. Coming from a guy that's playing
early
on, yeah,
absolutely. And don't be afraid, just conquer.
Don't be afraid, just conquer. I love it. There you have Jay from Sky IT Group, again helping luxury brands understand sell-through data at their department stores like Neiman Marcus and places like that. Launched in 2008, they're bootstrapped 500 companies right now, doing about $8 million in ARR, or about $650,000 per month. That's up from $250,000 per month just a year ago. So healthy growth, net revenue retention annually in around 130, 140%, spending 1 to 2 years of first year ACV, 1 to 2 months of first year ACV to acquire a customer. So a healthy payback period there. A team of 45 people between New York City and Europe. Jay, thanks for taking us to the top.
Nathan, thank you so much for having us.